Okay, um, my name is Helir Alexander. I just record a recording about 20 minutes, but I was recording the wrong um, the wrong page. I was recording my meet and another things, but I wasn't recording myself. Sorry for that, but it works to warm up because in the beginning of that video I was very okay. I don't have a partner to make this conversation, but I will talk about my favorite movie, for example, if you let me. I know that you can respond my reply. Okay, I will talk about my favorite movie. My favorite movie is sorry, Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody. It's about it's about how can I explain it? Because it's a romantic movie. It's a strings theory. I don't remember the exact name, and he has a lot of things. It was not action. It was a romantic movie, and and that's all. Really, I think that movie has not been known in that moment um, because in that moment was, for example, enunciated Matrix and other movies of action that the people prefer. But I really feel uh, uh, how can I say feel afortunated, no, afortunated or iluminado, shy no, breathe, I don't know, because I know that movie. I will try to explain what movie was about, but I think that I cannot be, how can I say, be concrete because that movie has a lot of things. For example, it starts with a man talking about the behavior of the dogs, and was about, for example, the reward and the reward to repeat an action, and when when the dogs repeat that action and the reward don't didn't get didn't didn't get them, uh, the dog starts to repeat that action still the sorry till that the dog get the reward. The way to explain it is the dog push a button, okay, and some something to it is getting to like a reward, and the dog again push that button and the reward is again and later that when the dog push that button and the reward is doesn't yeah, it is done given um, the dog starts to push that button till get the reward. Okay, and that starts with that. We don't know what's the movie about, but later that the same man was talking about the Big Bang and the Big Crunch, and that's all. Later we got we we know, or we meet the the latest mortal in the world, because people starts to use um, mother cellulose to start to be immortals. Okay, that's crazy, but the oldest man in that world has 100 101, yes, 101 year. He was very old, and a reporter, journalist, yes, a reporter, infiltrated in the room of his man, and starts to to get an interview to the old man. The man was talking about one history, one history that was about a kid. That was a kid that just get born, yes, by his father and his mother. We don't know the name. And later that the kid grow up and grow up, and the first election. The movie is about elections. The first election is that kid going to the what to the store to buy a candy, you know. But in that moment, the kid, the history divides, you know. For example, in the moment he buy the candy, he do a different thing that the moment he didn't buy the candy. He just go back and don't do nothing. And in this moment, the old man present us three women, that is Jane, Elise, and Anna. Anna is the first one, is the true love of that old man. Was the true love, because I think in that moment that that old man has more than 100 years. I think that is uh, death. Okay, okay. And we got three women, and the movie will handle three histories. The first history is about the first history splits. No, in a moment of the movie, um, the boy uh, that is called Nemo go go to a party. In that party, he likes Elise, that it was a okay, a blonde woman, yes, and he likes her. Um, he just want to dance with her and talk with her, expecting a relationship. The second, uh, the thing with that movie is that they present us the the three histories at the same time. Sometimes a story is going through, and in 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 a moment where the old man just change the history and start to talk about another history, because he's an old man and he has his brain was deteriorated by the time. And it's a way to explain that because the the old man was talking about a history, and the interviewer just 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 wake up the old man because the old man just get asleep, and and the reporter is, hey, are you okay? Are you do you still alive? And when the old man wake up, start to talk about another things that the reporter is, wait, what the hell is happening here? Okay, the first history is that. The other history is when he tried to talk with Elise, and another man bring Elise to another place, and Elise tried to get yellows to generate yellows in Nemo, that is the main character, and Nemo get angry and go with Jane. Jane, that is she is a China woman. Yes, with Jane, and he promised himself to get a lot of things. Get for example a house, a car, a house with a I don't remember that word. Piscina. I don't remember. The pool. Sorry. Uh, with two kids and a lot of things that was material things. You know what I mean? Okay. He promised himself that, and he met Aina. He met Aina in another place. In that place, he met Jane, and he met Jane and Elise. And in another part, in oh, in a beach. Um, I don't know if I say it good. In that place, he met Anna. He didn't know how to swim, and Anna tried to get with him, and uh, Aina arrived to him and talked with him, and he responds in a good way. You know, that is the main thing. Okay, but for example, the the history is that the, when okay, I told you the parts when the story is split in another stories. For example, he meet Elise, and he live a life with Elise. He get two childs, a lot of things, but Elise has I don't know, a mental problem, a psychological problem because uh, Elise um, had her kids and had her kids, and she starts to be angry for everything. He starts to be sad, crying a lot, and that was very bad for Nemo. With Jane, with Jane, eh, estoy en una grabación. Déjeme, no haga mucho ruido. With Jane, um, he was sad because he got a lot of material things, but he was not with a woman that he really loves. I, that was the story. And the main story was with Anna. With Anna, he had the moment when the story splits. was in the moment that he know her. Uh, for example, sorry for the loud before me, behind me, but I don't live alone. um, for example, when she arrives to him, um, she he replied in a good way, and in another history he replied in a bad way. In a good way, he starts a good he starts living good, living a lot of things, etc., etc. In a bad way, they don't talk about, and and he lives alone. For example, in that moment, he lives alone. He lives sad. He he meet her in a train station with her kids that was not with him, that was with another person. That's the thing that I want to explain. Um, that I want to explain because he was because an action can change everything. That's a very good way, very good idea. I don't know what that word what that movie was not so much known, but I really like that. And that movie uh, talk about that decisions that can change everything, and that I will like that every person that was listen this recording uh, go to watch this movie that it vale la pena. I don't know how to say it, but I will finish that recording. That again, I have 18 minutes to explain that, but I expect that you know what I try to mean about the movie. Thanks a lot.